Yeah, I fixed it. Heard it. Oh crap! This is called to get out of the tub and go like that. Hairdo. Y'all should try it sometime. Uh, it works great. Try it. Get out. Hey, Carrie, how are you? God, he's hard to train. Oh, Lord. That was funny. You have to admit that was funny. Oh, how are you doing tonight, Carrie? It's so good to see you. Oh, and you're his only mod. That's pretty incredible. You're like way up the totem pole. I mean, up here. Oh my God! I don't have my bandana on. What the world? I'm slipping. Let's see what we can do. Looks like some people starting to roll in here. Hey, Marie, Rita, how are you? Sorry, I haven't been on here. I've recently moved to PA and I'm loving it. Congratulations on your move. Glad you're loving it. All right. That's good. I had thought about you not too long ago. I wondered what happened to you. Sure did. I had to fight for it. I adore him. Villainous in his other mod. I don't care who that is yet. I don't know who it is yet. Yeah, I know. Nobody does. I'm here tonight is where I am. That's a good place to be, Bobby. Thank you. Thank you, Marie. I'm so thankful you're here tonight, too. I really am. Maria gives me hugs. Hello. Good to see you. Oh, I'm so hungry. I didn't change my name. Crap. That's from my old one. Hold on. I'm going to fall out of here and change my name and come right back. I don't think I can do that. Since I'm hosting the stream, I think I might. I had to fight for it. I adore him, villainous in his other mouth. That's fine. I hear you, Elvis. I hear you, Elvis. Yes, please don't say that. I don't care who villainous is. I don't fight with trolls or try to make fighting where possible. Okay. We won't put it on the screen and talk about it. It's too late. It's too late. Oh, it's there now, and I can't get it out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Carrie. I got my fire going. I got my link ready. It's coming too. In Facebook, Sleesstack. No, you want me to email it. You want me to email it. Good evening, everyone. Hello, Sandra. Yes, Elvis. He'll be up here in a minute. I'll show him to you. You haven't seen him in a while either, Carrie. I will show you Elvis as soon as he gets here. I'm having a great night. I've gotten the rest of the stuff from the stores today, and I can't wait to see all this stuff. I haven't seen it in a while. What is it? What are you barking at? There's nothing here. At least I hope not. Oh. Hello, Aaron. Good to see you tonight. I'm glad you're loving your move, Rita. Maria, I really am. What was I doing? Yes. Sleesstack has a fire going. I'm going to put one there. I'm going to put one in the chat. I'm going to put them everywhere, all over the place. Just links. It's just wall-to-wall links. We're sticking them everywhere. There's a link. Oh. It's in your email, Sleesstack. Can't wait to see your fire. Hello, Slees. You're going to pee in the bed tonight. My mama used to say that, Sandra. If you played with fire, you're going to pee in the bed. How's your night going? Pretty good. I just got out of the shower. I had hot dogs with cheese, potato salad. I made a big old huge peach cobbler, and I'll eat one piece of that. I'm doing a video on it. And other than that, I can't do it. My day is Elvis. Say hello to Kari. Elvis, don't be rude. Elvis. It was delicious, good guy. Hey, Elvis, I need to take my headphones so I can hear. All right. Well, that's just so rude. Did y'all see him? Y'all see what he did? Wait a minute. I'm trying not to smoke in the live stream. We'll see how that holds out. However, I'm going to take two of these. Yes, he does have selective hearing. Marie said, Elvis. He's tired of your shenanigans. Probably so. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Oh. Okay. Just this one. Elvis, come over here, buddy. I'm going to go get some ice cream in a minute. He'll get up here with me. You watch. He will get right up here with me and sit down. Guarantee it. And hug all up on me. And he'll love me then. Listen to every word I got to say. It's so attentively. You watch. Then when the ice cream goes away, I see you, Dad. You remind me of those other kids I knew. Same crap. Exactly. I need some coffee. I almost went to sleep. And then I decided, I better not do that. I promised Bobby it's going to last. Told him 8 o'clock. You held out for a long time, Rick. I know it. I made it what? 2 or 3 minutes, something like that. The next time. And that's it. Swearing off cigarettes. Not getting high anymore either. None of that. I'm not going to do it. That's what last time. That's all. Really. Not going to do it. It's just not right. Hello, Rosanna. I missed you. Marshmallows. It is so good to see you. Big Steve, Entertainment, what's up? How's it going? People have been asking about you, Big Steve. They're like, where's he at? Where's he going? I said, I don't know. He was active like 4 hours ago. And now he just poofed. He poofed. Like, you know, you're supposed to do that in the chat room at the end, go poof and disappear, but you ain't really supposed to do that in real life. It's not the way it's working. Oh, Lord. Hello, Teresa. How are you? Living and learning life. It's so good to see you. It really is. We're going to have a bonfire here in a little bit. We are. We're going to have a bonfire. Right, Sandra? Cheers me up. So now I got to go back and see what it is that's cheering Carrie up. I think I know. I'm going to try to switch to my computer. So bye. If I'm successful, I'll be right back. If I'm not. Makes perfect sense, Carrie. I gave a thumbs up. Thank you, Carrie. You are so sweet. All right. We're going to have some fun tonight. Hey, JC, welcome. Good to see you. My daughter is here. Goodbye. Love you, Rick. Rosanna, thank you so much. Love you too. You are so nice. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. You coming today. You are awesome, Rosanna. She's having dinner with her daughter tonight. She is. Glasses ain't there. Going on the floor, Sandra. And you're welcome. This should be interesting. Hairballs. Hey, Tim's World. Mary, welcome to the stream. We're going to have some fun tonight. My friend Sleesstack, he's got a bonfire going. He's going to join us here in a little while. And if you want to click that link right there, go right ahead. Hello, Anna. Hey, baby, how you doing? Good to see you tonight, too. Really is. Hello, hi, hello. Elvis, come here, man. Where you at? I can't wait to see Sleeves bonfire. This should be interesting. Sure. Sonic says hi. Hey, Sonic. So good to see you. Oh, Lord. Hey, Evans. Let me ask you a question. How do you stick your head in that like that and lay your head down in that way? That would hurt me if I did that. Hello, Miss Hopkins. Hey, Rick. Going to go to the movies. Best friend for a birthday. Horror movie freak. I love horror movies. Mark. I love them. Watch them all the time. I watched one there about not too long ago, just months back, called Shark something. And the sharks came into this town when the water overran it, a typhoon or whatever it was overran it. And the supermarket was in the bottom floor. And the sharks came in the supermarket and people were getting up on top of the rails. It was so real. Dude reached down in there and his arm went gone. It was a trip. And Stephen King is my hero. Yes, he is. I love his movies. Books made into movies. Oh. I'm a horror movie freak. I am. This thing I'll be wearing skull rings and stuff. Dragon rings, all kinds of weird crap. No, I ain't doing that. Sherry K, hello. Good to see you, Sherry. Anna just put in something. Put my glasses back on. I can't see squat. Nothing. Good Lord, Anna. You can tell you love. Look what Sherry K did. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hearts. 6. Yes. People of Walmart horror movies don't scare me. Ooh, I've got to look that movie up. There's actually a video titled People of Walmart. Go to later off. Got to go later off. Anna, you come back if you feel like it. We'll still be here. Almost guarantee it for sure. Almost guarantee it. Thank you for stopping in, though, Anna. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Mrs. Hopkins. I really appreciate that a lot. People be like, how you keep saying this? Noble girl warrior. Hello, Noble, buddy. Appreciate you guys being here. Hey, Terry. How are you? Good to see you, Terry. Figuring this out, I'm using sleep mask with Bluetooth backwards. Some will not give me help. Some will not give me help. Sun will not give me. All right. Using the sleep mask, Bluetooth backwards. I ain't even gonna pretend I know exactly what you mean. You got the Bluetooth part, the sleep mask blues me. I put you on the mask, helping you breathe. At night. And I'm like, what? Why are we doing that? Hey, Mystic. Good to see you. I know what he's talking about, but I've never used them. Yeah, he's into that. He's into that stuff big time. His son is a really good electronics guy. A sleep mask with Bluetooth backwards. Listening device. Oh man, my eyes are blurring. Been up since 2 a.m. Went out for birthday present shopping. Got home. I just got home. Coffee, Mystic. You gotta have coffee. I'm sure of it. You gotta have coffee. That's what you need. No, I don't want to be up 24 hours. No, we're just trying to keep you awake for this stream, Mystic. That's all. Keep you awake just for this one. Bobby, I'm old too. Hello, old man. He's talking to Buddy. Well, I need a shower. That should help some. That's what I did. Hair's still wet. See, the beautiful hairdo. This is called the Elvis. It's called the Elvis hairdo. It's where you get out and go, and that's it. Oh, you're just a youngin', JC. Says Buddy. Bobby. Oh Lord. kind of interested to see Sleesstack's bonfire. What he's got going on there. We were talking about it earlier somewhere. Hey, Deidre, how are you doing tonight? I need to drag the kid with me since he has a birthday party to go to. There's a donut. You're making me hungry. You're making me hungry. Hello, Sherry.
Hi, Rick.
Howdy.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm trying to anyway.
What are you waiting for, Sleesstack?
Yeah, he's trying to get hooked up, I think. I think that's what's going on. He's having technical difficulty. But I think he'll be here. I'm interested to see what's going on.
Is he having a big bonfire?
That's what he said. I mean, I don't know if it, the details of it or not.
Yeah, I seen no one was jumping on the stream, so I figured I'd jump on.
Right.
Keep putting links out.
No problem.
Where's Steve? No Bobby.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I don't know what happened to Steve. It's like he went to get something and did something, or I don't know what happened to him. Exactly. I stuck that link in there 2 or 3 times, so he's got it if he wants it.
Are you eating something?
Yeah. Edible.
Oh.
I didn't want to scare anyone.
I think my aunt is upset with me.
Is that why she left? I wonder why she left so fast.
Yeah.
Hey.
I tried texting her and she wouldn't text me back.
Oh no, that's not good.
I know. I love my Anna.
I know you do. Hey, just me. She says, hi, Rick, Sherry, everyone.
Hi, Jasmine.
It should be interesting. I've been trying to get Sleesstack to come on for actually years. It just started like in the last little bit, Just bought him he's got a phone.
A lot of people are so gun shy to come on this thing.
I know it. And Adirondack, hello. Wow, there's a lot of people going through here since this thing started. A lot of people. But he really couldn't. He didn't have a camera. He didn't have a microphone on his computer or nothing. But he bought a smartphone about a month ago. And now he's got the capability to do it.
Hopefully it's better than mine.
I think he's just learning it. He just figured it out.
And they're a little difficult to use now.
Yeah, the iPhone.
I remember
different.
Yeah, my husband has the iPhone. I have the Android. I will not use an iPhone at all.
I don't want the Android. I've had them both. I really love that Apple product. I really, really like it. Now getting on this StreamYard though is a trip because when it opens it up, you got to copy the link, close everything down, and then open their browser and paste it into there, and then you're ready to go. But oh my God, you get there, you know.
I bet you that was hard to first figure out when you first used it.
Using the sleep phone. Wait, yeah, he's using the sleep phone. Jasmine said, I was scared the first time I went on, but I kind of forgot people were watching. That's the way your mind has to work. That's the way your mind has to work. You have to work in two different things. One, you have to be aware they're there, and two, you have to pretend they're not for it to work.
See, I can't see them, so I don't really even think they're here.
Technology is out of this world. It is. Trying to get this. Sleesstack can get it. I guarantee he will. Aware but forget. Yeah, exactly. All in the same breath. Okay, get in the link now. It's in your Sleesstack mail. Sleesstack mail. Oh. I thought you were supposed to imagine people in their underwear. Well, what I do is, and this is the truth, I'll tell y'all the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Y'all know I do. When I look out there and I see all those names, I try to pretend all of y'all are out there naked, completely naked. When I'm there. And then that makes me feel like a shy, humble country boy from North Carolina. That's what they tell you in class to do, isn't it?
Yeah, that might be an awful sight, though.
Hey, see, it ain't just me. It ain't just me. It is just me. Yeah. That's hilarious. That one worked. They keep moving, so I can't catch it. It scared him, so I told him to imagine they were farting. Oh, Lord, that's hilarious.
I think she needs to get up here and use her blowtorch.
She could.
I love watching that.
Don't know. I think she's struggling, though, with her internet a little bit. What I'm seeing in the chat, but what do I know? I don't know. She's welcome to it. Hey, hippie chick. If there's anybody that can tell me what the name of this title is about, where it's from, that's going to be the person that can do it right there. I can't today, Sherry. Sorry. It says just me on my phone. Almost, says Sleesstack. Let me get some water. I'll be right back, Sherry.
Okay.
Oh, Carrie must have got on her laptop. She's back. I need a glass of water. Let's see. Hold on. I can fix this right quick to where you won't be in the dark. How's that?
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Steve. Steve, you coming up on panel?
Oh. United States calling. We are reaching. Sleesstack. Oh, there's Sleestack's bonfire. Can you hear me, Slee?
I can't hear anything. Oh, hold on.
Here's what you're missing.
Nice fire. Aw.
Hey, Sherry.
Hey, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Yeah, I didn't want to get up here just all by myself with Rick. He scared me tonight. Hey there, Carrie.
Nice fire.
It is.
Oh, there goes your calling.
Muggsy, hello. Anybody figure out where that title came from?
No.
I can't hear anybody, but give me 5 minutes.
All right. Hello, Mark. Welcome.
We've got a lot of people in the stream.
Bunch of them. Sure is.
Okay.
So Steve don't want to come up and say hi to you.
I don't think so. Thanks, just me. Fireside chats would be the real thing. Sure could.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I gotta fix this. It's a sleeping mask.
If I
I
figure
hope
that
it
out.
doesn't turn off. Hello?
Hello. I almost think I heard myself that time. Grandpa Paul, hello. Yes, it's a fireside chat.
Okay,
Sleesstack.
I think I have it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear us?
All right. All right. Good.
All right, good. That means you're
Just give me a minute here.
just
Yeah.
me since she took the red pill.
Okay. I'm in competition tonight.
Huh?
I'm in competition with my fire with the neighbor's fire. So I got to make mine really big.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And there's yeah, they're over there.
Tessie needs a phone so they can call her. Okay.
Man, these all right, putting on my glasses.
Baked ziti corn on the cob, chocolate chip cookies.
Man,
Oh my goodness. Yippee. I don't care. It's still spaghetti.
what's
Steve.
up?
Close enough. Cold and soggy. You know me. Food. That's all that matters. You said the magic word, food. Hello, Lisa. Having a little bonfire tonight. We are cooking a little shrimp on the bobby. Actually, it's Sleestacking on the bobby. I mean, I forgot to love you, but I'm going to pass tonight. I still love you, and we'll be over for dinner in Walton. That's how you need to walk
I'm
with.
sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't bear it. I can't hear much.
Can you hear us at all?
Yeah, a little bit. But I'm wearing the sleep mask backwards. So I think I'm dreaming in reverse. I don't know.
Right. But you can hear me. I mean, you heard me talking, so.
But yeah, I can hear you. So, I hate this thing. My son sold my earbuds and everything.
Oh.
So
I beg to differ, just me. He said, Rick, are you hungry? I have spaghetti. That's what he said. He's talking to me. Everybody's talking to everybody, apparently, but me.
We're watching or what?
That's funny.
yeah, I'm in competition with these people over there. You can see that fire?
Yeah, it got dueling campfires.
Mine's gonna
Hey,
be
Rick.
like 10 feet tall.
Rick,
Yeah.
say hi to Eric.
Hi, Eric. How are you?
Good, Rick. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Good to hear your voice.
Yeah, you too. Me and Asha were listening to your radio show last night. It was good.
Well, thank
The
you.
music show.
I appreciate it.
No, you do a great job.
I had something wrong with my sound system last night where I couldn't talk. It only played the music through the computer. What picked me up for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, he wants you to do a disco night, like
I'll do that.
70s disco.
I love disco. I did one before months ago, but I'd love to do another disco night. I love that music.
Yeah, he loves listening to your radio
Cool.
programs.
Thank you, Eric.
You are welcome. Thanks for putting on such a good show.
Well, I appreciate that. I try.
Thanks for watching.
Amanda, say hi to Rick. Say hi to Amanda, Rick.
Hey, Amanda.
Hey, Rick, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
So now you just met my whole family.
All right.
I'm
Amanda,
getting some more wood.
Except for Kiki.
Yeah, except for Kiki. No, he's seen pictures of Kiki. Except for the baby.
Yeah.
Not cooking you yet.
I'm wearing my muffin top every day. What's a muffin top? You may-
A muffin top. It's fat that rolls over your pants.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Is he like actually making food on that fire?
I don't know exactly what was going on. I think I'm gaining weight as being socially responsible is harder to kidnap now and therefore preventing crime. That's an excellent way to look at it. That's a really good way to look at it. Elvis, where'd you
Not
go?
cooking you.
Elvis walked away from hot dogs right here. He must be sick.
Ah,
Wow, it's a bunch of people here.
I'll be right back, Rick.
All right. Did you make that pizza, Steve? I mean, spaghetti. What did I say? Pizza. I got a pizza in there. Think about cooking it sucker. What'd you eat tonight, Bobby?
Hell, I just had a banana. Trying to think of what I want next. And then I'll get serious.
Ah,
oh, okay.
okie dokie, Jasmine. Oh. Yep, Rick, I did. Cool, Steve. You're gonna make somebody a fine husband for someday if you can cook. Serve it in bed. Remember that. Uh-oh, what do you gotta think of? I gotta go back. I gotta chase that one down. I wanna know what it is we got to think of. Where'd Sandra go? Sandra. Oh,
Raspberry stick cookies.
never mind. I ain't gonna touch that. Oh no, we had a fallout.
Yeah, I'm stuck up here next to you after all. I was trying to avoid that.
I felt better too, Mystic, after mine. Welcome back, Sleesstack. You got it going now. Can you hear me, Sleesstack? Sleesstack. Great idea, Carrie. Sleesstack, is yours bigger than your neighbor's now? It's like we're all gathered around a campfire on the Pickering one last street. Yeah. Is that it?
You just throw some gas on it, it'll make it bigger.
Yeah. Carrie's asking who's crying, Red.
Yeah. It's okay, Red.
Oh, do you want some in Viennas?
Yeah, Mom bought a case for me and her today.
I'm sorry, I can't hear anybody. I haven't been, but I think this sleep mask turns off. So
Uh-oh.
hold on. I can't hear anything. I can't read.
Hello, Diane. Ghost stories by the fire.
Hey, Diane Lynn.
Yep. I'll tell you one too. When I was a little boy.
Hey.
One time when I was a little boy, I was like 8 years old. We all went out camping by the fire. The guys that was camping with us was quite a bit older than me. So we sat around telling stories by the fire. And one night, while that was going on, everyone was sitting around. We were cooking. We just got through eating, and it seemed like such a peaceful night. And all of a sudden, out of the clear blue yonder, came this loud screech in the middle of the darkness at night. I'm like, oh my God, what is this? I couldn't believe it. Even the older guys were scared. But us being the brave young lads we were, we decided to go investigate this thing and see what was going on. So we got up, eased our way out into the woods, and lo and behold, what do we see? Up in the tree was an owl with his big brown eyes shining. The moonlight was shining on him. All you could see was two eyes up in the tree. And we thought, well, this must be it. The owl made a screech and scared us. It's nature's animals for sure. And about the time that we all started to settle back down, our heart rates were slowing down. We heard another screech from another tree. And we eased over, looked up into it, shined our lights into the tree, and we saw nothing. This time we had walked about 400 yards out in the middle of the woods at dark, only by the moonlight. As we started to make our way back to camp, we could see the firelight in the distance, much like what you're seeing on your screen right now. Soon, the firelight was getting closer, closer. Suddenly, the light was gone. We're like, what happened to our campfire? And there we stood in the darkness, in the woods in the middle of the night. This time the screeches got louder and louder and louder. We could hear more noises of something shuffling in the woods on the side in the bushes. And we're like, oh my God, what is this? This time it was a deer running through the thing. I said, holy cow, it's just a deer. Nothing to get excited over. And we started to see the light again from our campfire glowing. So we said, let's go back to the campfire where it's safe and warm. And we began to make our way back to the campfire. And we heard another noise to the left. This time it was a shadowy figure behind a tree. This terrified all of us. We couldn't believe it. What is this figure in the middle of the night here, only by the moonlight? As little kids, it scared us to death. So we took off running towards the light and ran and ran and ran. And when we got to the light, yes, as we got to the light, we're approaching our camp again. And that's that Bigfoot. His big ass sitting there eating my darn hot dogs. I couldn't believe it, y'all. I said, daggone it, Bigfoot, get your butt out of here. What's wrong with you? Are you crazy? You done lost your mind? Bigfoot, get out of here. That was my ghost story. And that's what happened to me. It scared the crap out of me. I had never seen a Bigfoot before. An apparition. First time I ever seen one of them in my life. Holy crap. Bigfoot eating my darn hot dog. Give me a few minutes, it gets better. Guarantee it.
Oh, when you got to the end of that, the only thing I could think about was Grizz.
Wait till pickle.
Yeah. I take it you heard that story. That's what it should have been. Grizz sitting at the campfire. Yeah. That's exactly what it should have been.
Yeah, that'd be what he'd do. He'd sneak up and eat all your hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be Grizz. And at 8 years old, he would look like Bigfoot.
Oh my goodness. All right, Bigfoot was a dog. Yes, Bigfoot was a dog, Diane. You're right. It was a giant dog sitting there eating a hot dog. That's what we heard rustling through the woods. It's a neighbor's dog. We were just in the lot next door, so everything was good, you know. It wasn't like I kind of dramatized it just a smidgen. Just a smidgen. Oh, Lord. Unbelievable.
Oh, Mary, Grizz ain't here. I just made that up.
Every tribe has a Bigfoot story. That's right. Let me see if I can find something.
Alexa, how old is Bigfoot? Try that one.
Here's what I found on reference.com. Legends of a cryptid ape-like Bigfoot creature began circulating in North America nearly 100 years ago. In the 1920s, a Canadian newspaper printed a compilation by J.W. Burns of local legends surrounding the creature. The term Sasquatch, a Native American word meaning wild man, was first coined at that time.
I'm sorry, I didn't ask her. Oh, Lord.
Let me see if I can find something here. Tell me a ghost story.
You gotta ask for it.
Hey, Google, tell me a ghost story. Google, read me a ghost story.
Hmm.
Are you serious?
Yeah, just
Google, I need a ghost story.
Dana Anderson hated the rain. She'd felt that way ever since her mom and dad had bought the little farm by the woods that ran along Dameron's Creek. The first raindrops would send her racing inside to hide in the corner, as far from the door and windows as she could get. This surprised her parents. She had enjoyed playing in the rain before they moved here. "Why do you hate the rain?" they asked over and over. Her answer was always the same. "The rain thing is out there in the woods by the creek, and it wants to get me." Bill and Dee Anderson worried about the change in their daughter. They thought maybe she'd overheard some of the old-timers down at the little country store telling tales about strange happenings years ago along Dameron's Creek, so they questioned her about the origin of the rain thing. "I dream about it all the time," she explained. "It lives in Dameron's Creek, and it only comes out and roams the woods when it rains." Well, even though they asked her again and again, she could never tell them what the rain thing looked like. "It's big and shadowy and dripping," she said, "and it's lonely." Her parents couldn't convince her there was nothing out there. They tried to reason with her, but she resisted all their efforts. Finally, her father asked, "Why would the rain thing be after you? You haven't done anything to it." "I told you," she insisted. "It doesn't want to be alone, so it tries to take me with it on dark, rainy nights." Her father didn't know what else to do to comfort her, so he smiled and hugged her and promised, "Then we'll just have to stay with you on dark, rainy nights." But Dana was happy about that. Yet, way down deep inside, she was still afraid. Dark and rainy nights came often that year. Dana would pace the floor and close the curtains and claim that the rain thing was out in the woods watching from the banks of Dameron's Creek. The weeks just before harvest brought hot, dry days, and Dana began to relax and play and look a little more like her old self. Bill and Dee Anderson began to hope that she had forgotten about the rain thing. Then, one day clouds began to gather in the west, and rain threatened to come in by nightfall. Dana watched tensely as her father hurried to the fields and her mother hurried to the garden. They had work to finish before the storm broke. Dana sat beside the creek, skipping rocks. She saw her mother stop several times between the rows and wipe her brow. Suddenly, she heard her scream. Dana dashed across the yard as her mother came staggering from the garden. "Run get your dad, Dana. Hurry, honey. Tell him a copperhead bit me." Dana felt frozen, but her body was moving. Somehow, she reached her father in the field and made him understand what had happened. Then he was running ahead of her toward the house. By the time Dana caught up, her father was already bending over her mother, working frantically. He turned to Dana. "I've done all I can," he said. "I've got to get her to the county hospital. I need you to stay here and feed the stock. I'll be back as soon as I can." He picked up her mother and was gone before Dana had time to protest. Time dragged by. The late afternoon sky was already dark, and Dana could feel the rain in the air. She went to the barn early and fed the animals. The approaching storm made them as restless and uneasy as she was. Back at the house, she tried to eat, but she wasn't hungry. She worried that her mother might die, and she worried that her father might get caught in the storm. She tried to think about what she should do if she had to spend the night alone. She watched the clouds slip closer and closer. The night and the rain came together, but her father did not come at all. She locked the door and closed the curtains, and she sat listening to the rain drumming on the metal roof. When she couldn't bear the waiting any longer, she pulled back the edge of the curtain and peeked out. She could see nothing but the drops of rain on the glass. Nothing seemed to be moving, so she opened the window a little to see if she could hear some sign of her father. "Who's going to stay with me this dark, rainy night?" she said softly to herself. She was startled to hear a faint voice answer from way back in the woods. "I will." She slammed the window, locked it, and stood there trembling. She wondered if it could possibly have been her father's voice answering her. Could the sound have carried on the water? Maybe he was coming along the creek in the woods and heard her. She cautiously unlocked the window and raised it slightly again. This time, she called directly into the darkness. "Who's going to stay with me this dark, rainy night?" From the middle of the woods, a voice answered more strongly. "I will." With the wind and the rain and the distance between them,
Leave it going. He'll be back.
if it was her father or not. "Dad, is that you?" she called frantically. There was no answer. She leaned out to listen. She heard nothing but the rain. She wept silently, her tears blending with the raindrops on her cheeks. "Who's going to stay with me this dark, rainy night?" she cried. From the very spot where the woods met the yard, a strange voice said loudly, "I will." Before she could move, a huge, dripping, shadowy, faceless thing came floating toward her from the trees. And this time, it wasn't a dream. Dana never knew that her mother survived or that her father made it home safely. When he arrived, the door was still locked, but Dana had vanished. Some people say that a shadowy form sometimes comes to the surface of Dameron's Creek. Those who've been brave enough to go to the bank and look down into that water have seen deep into its eyes, and they swear that it has the face of Dana Anderson.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No.
Hey, Alexa. Stop. I don't know what I was getting ready.
Can you get another one going, Bob? Yep, true story. All right. See if you can get another one going, Bob.
Scary ghost in the story, or
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Alexa, give me a scary ghost story.
Resuming with scary audio book, scary stories for all ages. From Audible.
Okay. Oh,
Stormwalker. As a child in Appalachia, I was never afraid of ghosts and goblins. I was scared of thunderstorms. When I'd be sitting in the little one-room school I attended, I could look out the window and see the awesome black clouds boiling up over the Appalachian foothills along Russell Creek. When I got caught in those storms on the way home from school, I realized I was not a good storm walker. If the teacher saw the storm coming in time, she would dismiss school early and tell us to hurry home. I'd run a short way down Highway 80 and then cut across the fields along the old road that led to our farm. Some days like that would bring me a little bit of luck. I'd see our neighbor Jim coming down the road from town and run to catch up with him so we could walk home together. I felt safe with Jim because he was a good storm walker. The wind would bend the trees in the dark pine grove that we had to pass, and the lightning would sometimes hit the barbed wire fence and run along the road close by us. It would be close enough to make me tingle, but I felt that somehow Jim would protect me. He would walk between me and the fence, and as we walked, Jim would give me advice about storm walking. Don't ever take shelter under a single tree, he'd say, because the lightning might strike it. And if the wind is blowing hard, get down in a gully. I listened to everything he said, and I thought I would remember. At the end of my first year in school, Jim became ill. The doctor said it was his heart, so Jim didn't walk much anymore.
that's okay.
I visited him during the summer, and we sat under the shade trees in his yard while he whittled dolls for me. I loved the dolls, but I missed our walks. Then school began, and I dreaded those walks alone. Fall and winter came and went, and the walks home were uneventful. But spring brought those awful thunderstorms I dreaded so much. One afternoon at school, I looked out the window and saw yellowish green clouds looming over Russell Creek Hill. It was almost time for school to be over, so the teacher let us go with instructions to hurry home as fast as we could. She didn't need to tell me to hurry. I ran up the road and cut across the fields until I reached the old pine grove. It was then I realized that the storm had changed its course and it was sweeping along the path in my direction. I had already run until there were pains in my side, and I knew I would never outrun it. Lightning struck nearby, and I felt the familiar tingle. I was so frightened, I forgot all of Jim's warnings. In my panic, I simply wanted any kind of shelter I could find, so I dashed under a tall tree and stayed huddled there while the fury of the storm grew. I don't know how much time passed. I'm sure it wasn't long, but it seemed forever. Sheets of rain whipped in the wind, and then, for a moment, it was calm. It wasn't lightning, but the air was charged with electricity, and the whole grove was enveloped in eerie silence. I began to tingle, and I heard a roaring. I knew I should get out from under the tree, but I didn't know where to go. I had never ventured back in that dark pine grove. I looked around wildly for a place to hide, and then I saw a familiar figure walking quickly toward me through the storm. The roar was too loud for me to hear him speak, but Jim motioned for me to follow him. I ran after him to a gully back in the grove. He gestured for me to get down, and I did. But I looked back, just in time to see a black, twisting cloud dip down and uproot the very tree I'd been huddled under. I covered my head and stayed down until the roaring had died away. When I raised my head, Jim was gone, and the rain had stopped. While I was wondering where Jim had taken cover, I heard my name being called. I scrambled out of the gully and ran toward the sound. My father was coming across the field to look for me. I ran to meet him, and he carried me home. I was so tired, I fell asleep. When I woke up, I was safe at home. Mom had saved me some supper with my favorite fried apple pies for dessert. While I ate, Mom and Dad told me how proud they were that I'd known what to do when the tornado hit. Well, I didn't, I confessed. I was hiding under a tree when Jim showed me where to go. I saw my parents exchange glances. Then my mom said gently, "Honey, Jim couldn't have shown you where to go. He died at noon today." Now, a lot of years have passed since then, and I'm still not a good storm walker. But when I become frightened, I think of Jim in those early days in Appalachia. And I know I'll never forget whittle dolls and pine trees bending in the storm in fields where friends once walked.
Wow. Oh,
Wow, that was freaking cool. Yeah, we're reading a bedtime story.
Alexa. Oh,
That was freaking cool. Oh my god.
I love the lady's voice.
Yeah.
That lady has such a good southern voice there.
Yeah. Hey, Eric. Welcome, Eric. This is no joke, Sleesstack. Chris got scared and left. He kept saying, "Rick, people don't like to be scared." I said, "It's a campfire by the thing with ghost stories." Yes, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. He literally
Ghost
left.
Story Saturday.
I know what to change the name of it to now. Ghost Stories Saturday. By Sleestack's Campfire. I got the name.
Oh, he was serious, Christopher. Okay, Christopher did leave.
And I said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to stop." You know, right? We're telling a ghost story. We're not stopping. Are you kidding? He said, "Rick, stop. It's creepy. I'm getting scared." And he left
I know, I see that.
3 or 4 times. I kept saying, "No, it's ghost stories." It wouldn't be good if they were motivational speeches by the campfire.
I didn't even know she could do that kind of stuff.
This is freaking awesome. We need to tell another one if Sleestack's arm can hold up.
Let me see what she's got next.
Jesus, that's fun.
Okay,
Well, I got
Alexa, continue.
I have my. Hold on.
All right.
Go ahead.
We'll wait.
But I need a break. That's holding that thing up.
You need to rest your arm, get something to drink. Let me know. Oh my God, I can't believe that.
I can't believe
well.
Christopher actually left.
It's like, Rick, stop.
Oh well.
This is creepy.
It only gets worse from here.
All right.
At least they know how to scare people off now.
Oh my God. Yeah, and we're telling ghost stories, Eric. Ghost stories.
Yeah, I thought you was kidding when you said he left.
No, he left. Really.
I know. I scrolled up and looked.
I need some ice for this Pepsi because get the zigzag 1.5.
Okay. Hold on. I'll be right back.
All right.
I was wearing that mask, but I took it off.
It looked
was-
wicked. You could see
burned
the
my
fire
face.
through the nostrils, through the eyes, all that. It looked wicked the way you did it.
Okay. Oh, that's what it was doing to me. And all of a sudden, I became the fire. And, you know.
Mm-hmm. It was perfect.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I gotta stop laughing though.
Okay, Hippie Chick said, "Me so scared."
Oh well. Hold on. I gotta put this phone down a minute.
Hello, Tony. Why is your show at the heart alone? Because that was the song I picked. Because I didn't know what we were going to do tonight, Tony, but I've got it figured out now. I got it figured out now.
Oh, good Lord. So how you doing there, Tony?
Let me get some ice for this Pepsi. I'll be right back.
Hey, get some ice. I gotta laugh.
Something's on my back. Oh.
I didn't think Christopher was scared of anything.
I didn't either. But it sure got him there. I thought he was joking. I didn't realize to begin with it was real, you know. I thought he was kidding. Where's Megan Fox when you need her? Allegedly. I don't know. Allegedly.
That's just too funny. I just can't even believe that. I probably could get an app that would have some really good ones on there. I'm gonna play around and do that and try to get some apps with different stuff. Because that was just way too funny.
Hello? Hold on. I gotta fix this.
Okay.
I need more wood. Hold on.
Hey, Peter.
But we're evil on the fire. All right. Whoa. All right.
Hey, Sherry, you're back, huh?
One more.
You just missed the ghost story that rang Christopher Banko off. It scared him, so he had to leave.
Got more evil on the fire.
Okay.
Hold on. I don't like cell phones.
I like cell phones, but I don't have any cell phone service where I'm at. Yeah, Sherry, Rick will be right there.
Where'd Sleesstack go?
I
Oh, there he is. I'm wait. There he is.
was going to say he was here. He was talking.
Yeah, there he is.
He put some more wood on.
Heard this.
All right. You got another one, Bobby?
I'm sure she does. Alexa, continue.
The ticket taker. Chrissy Chisholm tugged at her mother's arm as they left the
Give me a
ticket
minute.
tossed under the banner that welcomed them to the state fair. Mommy, let's go through that line, said Chrissy. David's taking tickets. Who's David? Asked Denise Chisholm, looking down at her daughter. He's the man who took tickets at the water carnival, Chrissy said. Oh, no, honey, said her mother. I doubt he'd be way out here. Even so, how do you know his name? You know you're not supposed to talk to strangers. But he was nice, Mommy, Chrissy explained. He talked to me while we were waiting for the ambulance for Tricia. He must have been scared about her because his face was white. He told me not to worry, though. He said I'd see her again, but I didn't. Denise Chisholm couldn't remember seeing anyone talking to Chrissy at the water carnival, and this disturbed her. What if he'd been a child molester? She hadn't seen him, and he had gotten close enough to talk to her daughter. Chrissy, did anything else happen? She asked. No, he just said he liked to visit with everybody, replied Chrissy. Denise felt a little relieved. Maybe he hadn't singled Chrissy out. Maybe with everything happening so fast that night, he was just trying to comfort the frightened children in the crowd. It was probably part of his job. Still, it was odd that she couldn't remember seeing him. She thought she remembered everything about that time. It was the last vacation they'd taken together as a family before the divorce. The days at the lake resort were supposed to make things better, but they hadn't. The only good thing was that the people in the cottage next to them had a daughter, Tricia, who was the same age as Chrissy, and the two families had become friends. They had all gone to the water carnival together. When they bought their tickets, nobody had a hint of the terrible thing that was about to happen. Chrissy and Tricia had sat side by side, excited by the colored lights and the speed and spectacle of the boat show. Then, without warning or apparent reason, one of the boats veered toward the shore and exploded. Flames and debris shot into the sky and seemed to hang suspended. But not everything went up. A small fragment from the engine soared like a missile toward the spectators along the shore. Nobody saw it coming until it had pierced Tricia's eye. She fell dead with a single, simple cry, while they all stared in disbelief. No, it wasn't likely that Denise Chisholm would ever forget that. It could so easily have been Chrissy. By now, they were near the state fair entrance, and several people crowded in ahead of Chrissy and Denise. Chrissy stretched around the lady in front of them and yelled, "Hi, David, remember me?" Denise saw the man turn and look in their direction. The look gave her a strange feeling. Now, seeing him this close, she felt as if she had met him somewhere. For some reason, there were vague, fearful feelings associated with him. Maybe it was at the lake. That must have been where she had seen him. He probably worked for some company that produced shows, and they must have some of their shows on the Midway. That would explain why he was here. Though she continued to reason with herself, she was still afraid. She did not want this man near Chrissy. As the gates opened and the crowd surged forward, she yanked Chrissy to another line, gave the ticket taker their tickets, and hurried Chrissy along toward the Midway. She couldn't help glancing over her shoulder to see if the man was following them. She was unnerved to find him looking at her with an amused smile. "Mommy, slow down, you're walking too fast," Chrissy protested. Denise told herself she was being ridiculous. Nobody was following them, and nobody was going to hurt them in the middle of a crowded Midway. She smiled at Chrissy and bought a roll of bright red tickets for the rides and shows. They rode the merry-go-round and the bumper cars, and then Chrissy raced for the Ferris wheel. Denise looked up and felt her stomach begin to churn. It was times like this that she hated being divorced. Chrissy's father had always taken her on the rides. Now Denise would have to do it. She couldn't deprive Chrissy of fun just because she was afraid. Denise was relieved when she saw that the ticket taker at the Ferris wheel was a woman. She sat beside Chrissy in the seat and made sure the bar was fastened securely. Then the big wheel turned, and they went up, up, and over. As they came down, Denise thought back to when she was a little girl like Chrissy. She had loved the high rides too, but that had all changed one night when she rode the Ferris wheel with her best friend. The ride had upset Denise's stomach, and she didn't feel like getting on the carnival swings. Her friend did, though, and the swings went up and out, around and around, faster, and suddenly one broke, and Denise watched it go hurling through the air. When it landed, she ran over with everyone else. They said it was her friend, but Denise saw nothing familiar about the smashed mass lying on the ground, and she'd been terrified of high rides ever since. That had to be the reason she was so scared tonight. Chrissy had mentioned Tricia's death, and it had made her remember her own loss. She was glad when the ride was over and they were walking down the Midway again. She felt weak and shaky, and she began to realize it wasn't because of the ride. She was experiencing a deep, unshakable foreboding. She kept seeing David's face. What was it that bothered her about that face? She couldn't figure it out. "Chrissy, Mommy's not feeling well," she said. "I think it's time we went home." "Please let me do one more thing," pleaded Chrissy. "I've got one more ticket left." They were near the end of the Midway now, where the rides gave way to other attractions. "Well, all right," Denise agreed reluctantly. "Use your last ticket, but pick something on the ground." They were standing in front of the House of Mirrors. "How about this?" she asked Chrissy. Chrissy was about to say yes, but something at the very end of the Midway caught her eye. "Look, Mommy, look!" cried Chrissy. "I want to go there, where David's taking tickets." Chrissy ran toward the tent. Denise saw David look at Chrissy and smile. For a second, she saw his face in the light, and suddenly it all came back. It was impossible, of course, but she knew where she had seen that face. A man with a white face had taken her friend's ticket on the swings. Oh no, she had forgotten. And Chrissy said the man at the water carnival the night Tricia was killed had a white face. It couldn't be the same man after all these years. She had to be wrong. But she knew she wasn't. She ran after Chrissy, but the little girl had a head start. Chrissy reached the tent, and the ticket taker smiled and took the ticket and tore it in half. "No, Chrissy, no!" screamed Denise. She tried to run faster, but her ankle twisted and she fell to the ground. She could see a sign above the tent blinking, "Welcome to Ghostland." The pain blotted everything out, and she closed her eyes. When she opened them, people were standing around. A large man bending over her told her he was the manager of the Midway shows and that a doctor was coming. "You'll be fine," he said. "Forget about me," she begged. "Please, my daughter. Your ticket taker, the one called David, took her into that Ghostland tent show. Please, get her. There's something strange about that man." Denise struggled to sit up. The manager tried to calm her. "Take it easy, lady. You've had a bad fall," he said. "I'm sure your daughter's around here somewhere." "I told you where she is," Denise yelled. "That's not possible," the manager said. "We don't have a ticket taker named David, and we've never had a show called Ghostland." "It's there," she said, pointing to the end of the Midway. "I saw it just before I fell." She got up, pushing at hands, trying to restrain her. The weight on her ankle hurt terribly, and for a few seconds, everything turned black again. Then her panic brought strength, and she began to hop toward the field. The manager took hold of her arm to give her support. The crowd moved as one, silently behind them. She looked ahead and couldn't believe what she was seeing. The field was empty. There was no tent or blinking sign. There was no little girl or white-faced ticket taker. They had vanished as completely as if the green grass had swallowed them up. She stood staring, and they urged her to leave, to come with them. Arms pulled at her gently, and voices murmured that everything would be all right. She turned to go, but something on the ground caught her eye. She reached down slowly and picked it up. It was the torn half of a bright blue ticket. The walking trees. The campers had worked all afternoon setting up camp and gathering wood for the fire. Not lights in that fire, all the lights you could see. The surrounding woods.
Alexa, pause. Okay. Yeah, I think we need to break. God, those are long stories.
Yeah, my
Really cool, though.
I can't see the. I tried. I can't see the chat. So
Yeah, it's really, really cool. The way
So
it worked
hot.
out. Hen Kid said that was a good story. Got 27 thumbs up.
I didn't mean to scare
Whoa.
anyone.
Yeah, that was the best one I've heard so far.
Yeah.
Spooky Saturday.
Yeah.
I can't control it.
Yeah, see,
The fire does, you know.
The ticket taker was the catch, says Hippie Chick. We rest a few minutes. You think we can make one more?
Laughing. What?
I felt better. Chris came back, and I apologized for scaring him. Told him to have a good night.
yeah, he said,
Yeah, it's not
I want
really.
music to talk next
It's
time.
not for real.
I don't know. It could be.
Well, maybe. Yeah, it could be for real.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what comes out of the fire.
Evil stuff comes out of that fire.
Yeah, those are old logs, so it might be old stories. I don't know.
All right, let me ask everybody a question here. Everybody that's enjoyed this stories, enjoyed the fire and the stories and stuff, type a 1 in the chat. I know I did.
Can't see the chat.
Type a
I put
1
a
in the
0.
chat. If you enjoyed it.
I'm gonna get some kind of app to add to her. Get some real good stuff on there. There's a lot of apps I can add to her. They're all free. I just haven't messed with her that much.
If you enjoy these
Yeah,
these stories, Adirondack.
I couldn't hear very well because I'm wearing the sleep mask. Trying to hear it,
Okay.
but fix that.
Well, the chat filled up with ones.
Yeah, I didn't see anything else but ones.
I mean, I have a feeling that a lot of people this brought back childhood memories when you were a kid around a campfire somewhere, because it did me, you know. The sleep mask sounds
Yeah.
great. For it says hippie chick. Y'all feel like one more after we rest a minute? Or are you wore out, Slee?
Yeah, I get. Hold on. Hold on. How long are they?
Well, just
I don't know.
I mean,
I feel like I should go and
what
make
if
me
it goes
some.
all night? I don't know.
no, we can do it all night. Oh,
Yeah, well,
I'm feeling sorry for Sleesstack now.
You never know what kind of trouble you're gonna get into when you come in here.
well,
Tony, the numbers are for everybody that's enjoying listening to these stories tonight. Typing one in the chat.
I can't see the screen or the chat, but all I can see is the evil fire that brings us our dreams. So
Right.
Yeah, it is kind of amazing. You still got 18
That's
watched and 27
where it
thumbs
all
up.
comes from.
Stephanie said a Sasquatch story would be nice, but it's kind of like ghost stories Saturday. I don't know. You know.
These are real stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna play with her sometime and ask her if she's got any Bigfoot scary stories. She may have them. But just the way this lady
Man,
talks,
that
it's kind
fire's hot.
it starts.
It's that fire wants to tell a story. I'm telling it to hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll hand out from now on. I'm going to come up with a new award called the Evil Sleesstack Award for the Jason mask. But
Yeah, it brings back memories to Buddy when he was
No, that's just what I wear every day. So
back when he was a Boy Scoutmaster. It would tell us scary stories under the campfire, around the campfire.
what Bobby was getting ready to say is Buddy said, brings back to me when I was in Boy Scoutmaster telling us scary stories around the campfire. You know.
Yeah, but I like her voice a whole lot better.
Yeah.
You just never know where those stories are going to the way she's doing them. Starts
Or
out
Girl Scouts, family reunions, all kinds of stuff.
okay,
I know.
fire saying more wood.
You say when, Slee, and we'll do another. The last one. of the
give
night.
me a minute. I got this sleep mask makes me like sweaty. It's like ugh.
I bet.
But it's like I draw the fire to my sleep mask, and that goes into the other mask. That's what happens, I guess. I just passed the story through the mask.
Okay.
Hippie chick says sexy sleep mask, Sleesstack. I think she's digging it. It's something about a
Hold
merit
on.
badge.
Hold on. Oh my gosh.
We're killing him.
This fire is not going anywhere. Gonna have to sleep out here to make sure it doesn't contaminate the neighbors.
I will close my eyes. I'm too young. No him.
How long is the next one?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I need more ice. I'll be right back. Oh,
Okay. I'll be right back too.
Okay. I guess I'll be
About
right here.
2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Watch the fire.
Hear that creaky noise there? I think there's a ghost right there. Sound like creaking boards and chains. All kinds of weird noises there. And then it went quiet. I bet you that's Rick Swing squeaking that, like that, making that noise.
Huh?
I said, I bet you that's Rick Swing making that noise.
Oh. Really? How? Oh, okay. Huh? No, I didn't read anything yet. Yeah, muted.
Okay, there,
Well,
Tony.
we're telling scary stories out here. Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, here's what I do. That's why I want the headphones.
No, you sound great.
Oh, okay. But well, mute it then. Mute it. My son's laughing. Hold on. Since I had it on in the house.
you ain't got to leave, Tony.
Scare another
Oh,
one
shoot.
off.
Huh?
I was talking to Tony in the chat.
Oh, shoot. I'm hearing things. All right. Almost. Okay.
Bring on the sleep.
Okay.
Bonita.
It Alexa, continue.
This is for Bonita.
Bonita.
Campers inched closer together as the ghost tales started. The counselors had put Michael next to them near the campfire so they could keep an eye on him. He had already been in trouble several times that day for loosening tent ropes, slipping snakes into sleeping bags, and putting frogs in water jugs. They put his friend Tim Garner beside him, hoping Tim would be a good influence. Tim never caused problems. Michael sat quietly, but his mind seemed to be wandering, thinking of new tricks, no doubt. Tim listened to all the stories, but seemed especially to be absorbed in the one about the walking trees. It was the story of a witch who once owned the forest with a little creek running through it where otters splashed and played. Flowers flourished along the banks, surprising nature lovers with unexpected color when they came to camp on the land. The nature lovers left surprises for the witch, too. On her daily rounds, she found broken bottles, paper bags, beer cans, candy wrappers, and foul-smelling half-eaten food. How this enraged her! She would swish around on her broom, fan the fire under her cauldron, and write no trespassing signs in Beth's blood. Nothing helped. The campers took down the signs, tore them into little pieces, and scattered them along the trails. One day, she was extracting a beautiful red maple leaf from a half-burned, gooey marshmallow when she decided she'd had enough. The next campers who clutter up my forest, she vowed, will be sorry. I will turn them into trees so they will have to live in this mess. But her chance came almost before she could gather the ingredients for her spell. As she plucked the last wart from a toad, she saw a group of campers eating beside her little stream. 2 chicken bones plopped into the water, splashing her skirt. An apple core landed by a tree, and bits of paper fell to the ground. "Clean it up," she screeched. The intruders got up to go, calling over their shoulders. "Cool it, lady. It's no big deal. Who cares anyway?" "I do," she yelled at their retreating backs. But their laughter mocked her as they continued down the path, giving no indication they would do as they were told. She couldn't stand their indifference. She flung her arms toward the heavens and cried out her curse. The wind howled, and the earth opened up in a few selected places. This stopped the retreaters in their tracks. Frightened now, they tried to run, but they discovered they couldn't move. Their feet were becoming rooted in the openings of the earth, and their arms were turning into branches. Their cries filled the air, and they begged for another chance. "I want no more campers in my forest," she said. "For one night each year, I will give you the power to walk. Each year on that night, you must stalk campsites and catch campers to replace you if you ever want to be free." Horrified, they told her, "We could never do that." "We'll see," she cackled, and off she flew. The leaves fell and exposed the bare branches. The trees shivered, for their bark was thin and would not keep out the cold. Their suffering erased all traces of humanness. All that mattered was to be free of the spell. Once each year, the trees walked and captured campers to take their place in the witch's forest. The story ended, and it was time for the boys to turn in. "Those scary tales have got 'em all set up," said Michael when he and Tim went back to the tent they shared. "When they're all in bed, I'm going to sneak out into the woods and scare 'em pop-eyed." "I don't think that's a good idea," said Tim. "Why not?" challenged Michael. "Well," whispered Tim, "it's just kind of scary. When the counselor told that story about the walking trees, I got the strangest feeling that those trees out there were moving closer to the campfire." "You're a big baby," sneered Michael. "Nothing out there's going to hurt you." "Well, I don't care. I'm not going. Besides, the counselor told us not to leave the tent," argued Tim. "Then stay here and be a wimp," said Michael. "I don't need you anyway." With that, he opened the tent flap and disappeared into the darkness. Tim lay very still and listened. He could hear Michael's footsteps as he moved out among the trees. Suddenly he heard one sound. Ah! And then there was silence. He'll be back any minute now, thought Tim. He'll roll around laughing all night about what he's done. Tim waited, but nothing happened. He began to feel sleepy, so he snuggled down in his sleeping bag. To heck with him, Tim thought to himself. He probably got caught and has to sleep with the counselors. Tim found that idea funny as he drifted off to sleep. It must be storming, for he could hear a rumbling and the tent shook. Something was rubbing against the top of it, making a soft scratching sound. I get it, thought Tim. He's raking something against the tent to scare me. Well, I'm not falling for that one. When Tim woke, it was morning. He looked at Michael's sleeping bag. It was empty. He could still hear the soft scratching sound on top of the tent. He crawled over and looked out. He found himself staring at the trunk of a huge, ugly tree. A soft scratching sounded again, and Tim looked up. He thought at first he must be having a nightmare. A body that had actually become part of the branches was hanging head down, swaying back and forth, the fingers scratching the tent top. For a moment, Tim couldn't move. He stared, hypnotized by the figure in the tree. There was no doubt about it. He recognized the face of his friend Michael Barnes, even though the features were distorted by silent terror. Panic struck. Tim whirled and faced the camp. The eerie silence seeped into his consciousness. There, in a ring of grotesque trees, hung all the others, all the counselors and campers, dangling like broken limbs. They were all dead, and the trees had done it. Somehow he knew. He tried to run, but he was too late. His feet were already becoming rooted to the earth, and his arms were turning into branches. Something heavy began to flow through his veins, and then he relaxed, and once again he was with all the others.
That was heavy.
Alexa,
Good.
pause.
My
Nothing. That is cool. I admit it, that is really cool.
Yeah, it was the coolest one there.
All the different shows and stuff that I did, and y'all that have been with me for a long time know all these different shows. This is a really cool one for a Saturday night. Really cool.
Yes.
Hey, Mama.
Scary.
And the only one that had to really work is Slees.
Right. Sleeves working that mask.
Blood was running out of my hands, but it went into the fire and then came back into the mask. And I can't explain it, but
It's spooky.
yeah.
Yeah, the ghost done got to him.
Thank you, Sleeves, Rick, and Bobby. Since you're welcome. I love doing these shows, and the collaboration here with Sleesstack and all of us, it is really freaking cool. Bobby putting the ghost stories in, all three of us together, it makes a perfect stream. Perfect.
Yeah, we're just a big happy family here.
That's right.
I left my computer on in the house. My son was listening to it and laughing at us, so he's corrupt now.
Yeah, he's hooked. We didn't hook him. He reeled him in now.
Yeah. He came out here and says, you heard him. But
You won again tonight there. Your mama, what'd you win?
Yeah, I was wondering that too. Maybe she's playing bingo or something. I need survived sleep. I survived Slees t-shirt. That's what hippie chick said. I need a survived Sleesstack t-shirt.
Whoa, 585 tonight. She's coming out of this like a bandit.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Yeah, you've had a couple good nights there, Mama Renda.
Yes, she has.
Yeah, I can't really believe that.
Forgot this was broadcasting.
Yeah, you put that t-shirt. I survived Sleesstack. Put it on your merchandise line, and we'll all buy it, Slee. Oh,
Don't have any.
Yeah, you got that right, Renda. Karma kissed you twice real good.
sure did.
Oh, it got quiet.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard not to laugh during the stories. So I hope it didn't shake around a lot.
I couldn't hear you at all during this story.
Oh, good.
I muted my mic, and I kept wondering when I start with, because I put you on full screen, and when I muted my mic, it said mic muted right in the middle of the screen. I'm like, is that showing on the screen or what? You know, or was it just on my screen? Nobody ever said anything, so I assumed it was just on my screen.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see it here.
But she said Tom played his guitar tonight, rocked and melted hearts everywhere.
Good.
Do you have third-degree burns, Sleesstack? Asked Sherry K.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hot.
That's a ghost that got him.
That was funny because
Yeah.
when we were talking about it earlier today, the first thing we did was everybody was telling how hot it was where they were at. You remember that? And then you said he's going to build a fire. Did Sleesstack have to hold the mask the whole time? Yeah, he was wearing it to begin with. Then he took it off so you could see the light.
I was. I tried to make it move, but that wasn't my hand. It just kind of took over.
Ooh. The ghost just took over and took control.
Yeah, just the ghost holding
Yep. I didn't do it. It hurt, but I'm okay now.
At one time, there was words like apparitions and all kinds of stuff coming through the chat like that when it first started doing it.
Yeah, it made that good having that mask up there with the fire and stuff.
Right.
Well, I didn't mean to damage anyone, for
Thank you, Hooser. Thank you very much, Hooser. Appreciate the thumbs up.
Hey, thanks a lot there, Hooser.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking about shutting this one down, naming it, and either starting another one or going back to yours, ever what you feel like, Bobby.
It don't matter to me.
I want to leave it
yeah,
as
I'm tired.
the ghost story stream. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that sounds like a good one there because you started out with one. I played 3 on here, long ones.
And the whole stream is nothing but ghost stories. That would be cool.
Saturday night spooks.
Yeah, it's right at 2:01 now. So
Yeah, 2 hours, 1 minute, and 13 seconds.
what'd you get out of that? Still got 19 watching and 31 up,
Yeah, 20 here.
or 20 now. Yeah, it just reloaded. That's not bad.
Yeah, I can't see the chat, but I didn't mean to scare anyone. But
It's ghost stories.
you never know.
It's cool. It's cool.
Okay, till next time.
Okay.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you, Sleesstack. Thank you so much. That has been awesome. Really do. Thank you.
Yeah, that did the finishing touch to it. It wouldn't have been the same.
All right, I gotta finish this fire and shut it off. Take care.
All right. Appreciate it.
Okay, thanks a lot there.
Guys, I really appreciate it. Thank you, Bobby, for playing those awesome ghost stories. That was really, really cool. Thank you so much. Thanks, my friend Sleestack's Rule, for coming tonight with his fire. I had no idea where the stream was going, but I'm going to rename it now. I know what it is. Ghost Stories on a Saturday Night by Sleestack Rules. I am in. What's going on? Hey, just me. We're coming back in. What we're doing is we're going to shut this stream down and restart another one, y'all. Restart another one. And I want to thank Bobby for everything he did.
I didn't do a thing.
Yes, you did. You played the ghost stories. That was good. My friend Bobby McNutt, you're awesome, Bobby. You really are.
Okay. Go ahead and bounce out of here and you can restart.
All right, I'm going to restart. Appreciate it, Bobby. And this is absolutely the greatest community on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for coming and joining us today. The numbers have been through the roof. It stayed there the whole time. I really do appreciate it. Absolutely incredible. You guys are awesome. I will be right back in less than 10 minutes. Have a good day.